Welcome to the H-Rock broadcast here on August 12th, 2025. It's August 12th, bro? It's August 12th? Where did this year go? August 12th? In what world? Feels like it should be February. It should be something different time. You guys finished all your goals, right? Like, it's already August, so you guys finished all your goals for the year. You're just checking off the final few little mini tallies, but you basically did it all. Great. I love to see that. Holy shit, yeah, going back to school in 2 weeks. Dude, I'm so glad I don't have to go back to school. I'm glad school is not something I have to worry about ever again. Listen, there's fun parts to school, but it's like, it's just nice to be done with it. To just fucking check it off. I said that and then became a teacher. In that case, you might have screwed the pooch there. I don't think that's too different. Probably worse, actually. Probably worse on the teacher side. More stress. School means more traffic in the morning. Yeah, we probably shouldn't educate kids, right? Because then you would have a better commute. We probably should just give up on trying to teach kids anything because it'll make our roadways clearer. That's actually a really good point. I didn't think about that. Send them back to Zoom school. Yeah, I think that works really well, right? I think most people agree that Zoom school was a big success. Afro Matt! 56 months! Wow, the Afro Matt. You were like one of the first person to make a song. Am I correct? Like back in the Monkey Ball days, I feel like you made a song. Thank you, Afro Matt, for the 56 months. Much appreciated. Nukies, thank you for the prime. If we educate kids, you won't have an audience anymore. Interesting. I think you're speaking personally, not for a broader POV. When we went to Zoom, I literally wouldn't go to class because I didn't go into class. They couldn't punish me. Your name's Sugar Raytheon, which is a really fire name. It's a really fire name. You're saying you didn't go to class because you couldn't get punished. Can't they just, but they can't graduate you, right? That's the whole point. They never really could do much to you. You just don't graduate. That's the point. Dirt Gribs, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Mock Scruff, thank you for the 39 months. Our relationship grows ever stronger. I would say that. Yeah. Thank you for the 39 months. It does grow ever stronger. Blecker, thank you for the 18 months. Yo, Big M, my tummy hurts. Can I get well soon? I'll give you a sincere get well soon. Sincerely, I hope you get well soon. Nobody likes their tummy to hurt. I'm not even faking. I hope your tummy gets better. Why are you drinking Kirkland brand soda? You woke or something? I just like that they put soy in it. I can't drink water if they don't have a little bit of soy. Really, it just tastes better that way. A little bit of soy and a little bit of woke. A little bit of woke mind virus. No, it's just sparkling water from Kirkland. What's the problem? It's not soda. It's just sparkling water. I like sparkling water. It's got a little kick to it, you know? I bet you love the taste of vaccines in that water. Dude, it's going to be honest with you. I've gotten the vax so many times, I can't even taste it anymore. Like, I'm so acclimated to it. I'm actually really sad. I used to get such a rush from getting vaccinated, but I did it so many times. It's like I can barely hear Bill Gates. I used to be able to hear him crystal clear, speaking in my head every time I got a vax, but now I can barely hear him. It's fucking tragic. The limits are crazy. I feel like the different microchips are interacting with each other. Pixel Dimensions, think of the 23 months. My sub is as old as I am now. What an unk. While I believe most of my chatters are 23 months old, I assume you mean you're 23 years. In which case, yeah, you're pretty fucking old. 23 years old? That's like a foot in the grave, bro. It's fucking over. I'd just give up, honestly. 23 years old and you're already... get life insurance, at least, for your dependents. You've got a family, right? You got a house and a family. I hope to God you have that by 23. Otherwise, it truly is over for you. Get a life alert. Hey, sure, you should try open mic crowd work and IRL stream it. That would be cinema. Hey, what if I don't? What if I don't do that? What if I do this thing where I talk about news and business to an online audience regularly? That would be kind of cool. I had life insurance by 24. Well, aren't you fucking ahead of the game? You were born in May 91. Does this make me old? Damn, we're the same age, bro. Yeah, you're young. You're spry. It's these 22-year-olds that are old. Real J Wiz, thank you for the gifty. Much appreciated. Anyone know if Twitch subs count as online shopping or streaming services on a credit card charge? You know what you should do? You should test and find out. What I would recommend is like the scientific method is where you test it and then you find out. So I would look around, find a streamer sub, and then check. Oh, jeez. Too risky? No. 401k presentation. He's really done that many. Very nice. Plus 1 and 1.1. I have done a lot of presentations overall. If you add it all up, it's quite a few, actually. I don't know what the total is, but it's a lot over the years. Like 10. It's more than 10. It's more than 10. It's probably fucking 100 something, dude. Inuit, thank you for the 2 months. I just finished a presentation for a job interview tomorrow. We're basically the same. What do you mean a presentation for a job interview? What does that mean? You're bringing the PowerPoint to a job interview? What are they making you do? That isn't. They asked me to make a presentation of my work. Oh, you mean like you're showing off? I mean, isn't like a resume a presentation of your work? Or like you're showing off your portfolio, but you're not like pitching something. You're not like, it shouldn't be work. It shouldn't be like I think they just want to see how well I present. Well, if it's a job where I have to present, that makes sense. Hey, Truck, do you enjoy doing your taxes every year? You seem like the kind of guy to get hyped about it. In what way? Who's the guy that gets hyped about doing their taxes every year? No, I don't in any way do that. I don't pay taxes because I think the government it's all theft. I think it's my money and I earned it, and I don't think that Joe Biden deserves a fucking dime of it. Okay? So every time tax season comes around, I sit on my porch with a shotgun and I say, "Try me, IRS." Okay? And then I have a fence around my property that says United States of Atrioc. And it's like, I'm a separate country. You can't tax me. Why is he admitting this? It's just the way I feel. It's just how I live. No, I mean, I do my taxes. I don't like it, though. Ever since I became a fucking content creator, the hardest job in the world, the tax situation has become nightmarish. It was so much easier when it was a W-2. Easy clap. Fucking one thing. Now it's like these different sources, and you have to do it all yourself, and you have to pay in installments. It's a fucking pain in the fucking ass. It's dare I say it? and I think you guys will say it for me, but it is harder than the Marines. It's harder than being a roofer in the hot sun. Having to deal with multiple sources of income is like such a pain. It's such a fucking nightmare that I think no one would ever want to become a content creator. Um, Grab a few shifts at Wendy's real quick and get that W-2 back. Yeah, but not that you're joking. And Somni the Goose, thank you for the 5 gifted. But the truth is, I did that with NVIDIA. I had both. I had a W-2 and it doesn't make your taxes easier. It just adds it on top. It's not like you can go like IRS, well, I've got a W-2. You don't have to care about this money over here. They care about all the money. They care about all the money, and they come for their piece of it. The Gray, thank you for the 42 months. What multiple income streamer without ads and sponsors? Okay, first of all, don't pocket watch, little bro. Second of all, if you'd like me to, I could accept more ads. I turned them down because I don't. Specifically, every day I get a fucking offer for really good money to play fucking gacha games. And I think, ooh, this would be kind of nice. I can play a little bit of gacha games. But I decide not to fucking do it. Hey, Yojin bro, thank you for the 5 gifted. But the multiple sources would be like merch, or the podcast or whatever. There's all different places you could, or just YouTube versus Twitch. It's different companies. You have to fucking do the tax documents for both. Big A horse girl night. I mean, I'm a horse girl every night. I feel like I'm just a horse girl at heart. They're just those beautiful stallions. Jesus, it's giving me fucking indigestion. A fucking sparkling water. IRS has been underfunded for years. No one's going to come for you if you just stop paying. I'm not rich enough for that. That's true the wealthier you are because it's too much of a hassle. IRS is so underfunded that if you just do the basic fucking tax hiding of 100 millionaire, they're just not going to get you. But they'll get me. They'll get my ass fucking... I don't have a tax lawyer. I just have a tax guy. When you're at tax lawyer level, that's when you're fucking... A tax lawyer literally makes the arguments in all these different ways you can structure your money to avoid taxes. You might be in the sweet spot where you're the best ROI to audit. I actually think I am. I think I'm in the sweet spot where they get the most juice out of me and I don't have enough to fight back. I'm in the sweet spot, dude. I'm a juicy turkey to the IRS. So I just pay it. I just pay it out the fucking nose. I can be your tax lawyer. You do 30 to life. I like your honesty. I like your gumption. You're hired. Okay? I want a lawyer who tells me the truth. I appreciate that. That's good. Plus, a little prison time never hurt anybody. Prisons in America are famously like really nice places, right? Like maybe I'll go to Alligator Alcatraz and live it up. I heard it's like a resort, basically. Tell that to Epstein. Wow, that was tragic, A tragic accident. Who'd have thought that a man in federal custody about to go on trial for indicting powerful people would just suddenly pass like that? It's unfortunate. Do you think Kai or Ludwig can afford tax lawyers? No disrespect to Ludwig because he's much wealthier than me, but Kai is in a different bracket. Just to be real, bro. So maybe Kai can. I mean, Ludwig could too, I guess. He could. They both could. But Um, his tax lawyer is just aiming. Not too far off. I will say with all the off-brand stuff, without going too into it, man, Eamon did really save it from being way worse. He saved Ludwig from being generationally screwed instead of just kind of screwed. And that was Aiden's own gumption, because nobody asked him to do that. No one asked him to check the numbers or look into anything. I give Aiden. That's actually, when I think back on things that made me really reevaluate my opinion of someone. Not that I didn't already think greatly of Aiden, but like that made me really look at Aiden like, damn, this guy's got something. He's got some X factor that most people don't have. Like I always thought he was a nice guy, good guy, but like I was like, damn, that was good. No wonder you left him out of the Newsom chat. Yeah, well, I mean, I just don't think him and Newsom would get along. You know what I'm saying? It's because Aiden is he's just so incredibly right wing. You know what I'm saying? And then Gavin on his side hates bisexuals, so it's like a double. It's a double whammy. I feel like it wouldn't fit. Is all I'm saying. Solo Year of Kindness. Yeah, I did do a solo. We do a show on the Patreon for Lemonade Stand called Year of Kindness, which is ironically named because it's about crashing out on comments. And usually it's with the group, but for this week it was just me solo. I didn't have much to crash out on. I think I crashed out on people being mean to my Oshi Doug. And then I crashed out on the WNBA. That's probably all I crashed out on. I don't know. I crashed out on. Actually, it was a diverse set of topics. What kind of horse squirrel would Doug be? Okay, spoiler alert. We recorded the podcast today. Doug in the middle of the podcast, unprompted. I shouldn't spoil it, but fuck it. He brought out a fucking trough and a feed bag. Strapped it to his head and ate horse food. I'm actually not kidding. And then immediately, with horse food dripping down his face, made a good point. This actually happened. I'm not kidding. It was like a 30-second bit and then went right back into making a good point. You're going to find out. I'll be here tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know what. I think tomorrow. I literally don't believe you. I'm literally promising this would happen. In fact, I can tell you the name of the brand of horse food because he got it as a joke for me. It was like Senior Horse Muscle Gainer. He's like, you're old. I've been trying to work out here, but then he's the one that ate it. HCR, say they for the 40 months. Working, twerking, and jerking for 40 months. That's not just a good day. That's a good life. Holy God, 40 months of WTJ? That's a man who's filling his hours. Much respect. Much respect. Lena's going to watch that and be like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? If Lena Khan watched an episode she wasn't on, that would already be incredible. She did follow me on Twitter. I was thinking of like, what is a cool question I could DM Lena Khan to ask her? And I couldn't think of a damn thing, so I said nothing. I was going to be like, hey, did you see this piece of news? Like, have any thoughts that I could share on the pod or whatever? But I can't think of anything. I couldn't think of one thing. That's why young people can't afford a home. Too much avocado toast, not enough horse feed. Correct. I thought about it. Deeper. You're correct. You're actually on the money. Hey, I've got to make a thumbnail. So we're going to listen. We made a series of promises. Milkman, thank you for the 10 gifted. I have to do a very brief thumbnail stream. We do it right now because we made a promise. Okay? We made a promise. Hit 1,500, by the way, in Age of Empires. Holy fuck. Couple things. Beat peak still not happened. Thumbnail stream, we're going to do it right now. I need to do a puzzle game still. I need to do Marketing Mondays. I need to do chatter job interviews. I need to beat peak. I need to confront Dan Clancy on his mega city. This is also problematic. It was supposed to be tomorrow. And then they said Mizkif didn't do the thing we had to do as a prereq, so they're delaying it for Miz. So I don't know. Hopefully it happens in this month, or I'm going to have to confront Dan a different way. And I have to beat Absolute Radiance. So I got a couple things still left to do, but let's do a quick thumbnail stream just very quickly. This is about Hitman VR. Me and Linkus did a Hitman VR race, and I can very easily do this. This is going to be a no problem thumbnail. All I need is a good screenshot of Hitman VR. That should be fucking simple. Certainly no challenge. And I think that's the thumbnail. I actually think that's all I need. If I'm being 5 real, I don't think I need anything else because the title will do it all. We raced in Hitman VR, and then it's like a screenshot of like someone's neck about to be snapped in Hitman. I literally think that is a perfect thumbnail. I'm not sure that I would change a goddamn. Hey, did any other news happen today? I'm going to do this 401k thing, but I wanted to know if there was any crazy news. Any loco news? I don't think so. Like, as far as I can tell, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but everything in the world's perfect. Like, as far as I can tell, everything in the world is just smooth sailing. And we're roaring along. It's a bit of a golden age, actually, is my understanding. I just heard that from Donnie T. Yeah, I didn't mention this in the pod, but like, actually, yeah, it's covered. I don't got much else to say. I talked about it yesterday too. The Nvidia stuff, the Nvidia 15% tariff that goes straight to the White House. I guess the follow-up is that China went to all its major tech companies and said, you still shouldn't buy Nvidia, even if they can sell here. Even if the U.S. gets rid of its restrictions and allows you to buy Nvidia chips, you still shouldn't buy them. Which just confirms the point I made a long time ago, that the restrictions help China, didn't hurt them. Because the restrictions make it so every Chinese company has to start buying from Chinese chip makers, which gives them free customers. And that just confirms my point. Like, China secretly loved the restrictions because it made their domestic industry have a guaranteed customer base. Did you hear about the $30,000 Ford EV truck? I do read Ford Truck Weekly to stay up to date as an American, but I must have missed that one. I certainly wouldn't purchase a $30,000 Ford EV truck. That's for damn sure. Okay, let's check this out. I'm pulling up Hitman VR images. Hitman VR. Fiber wire. Yeah, something like this. Dude, why does it have the fucking PlayStation logo in it? Oh, you guys. None of these work. Like, I want this, but with no logo. God damn it. Where does that exist? Crop it? Yeah, but I don't want to crop it above this. It loses the whole hand. Maybe I can replace it. Just edit it out. All right, fucking magician. Window layers. Okay, this is a oh, you guys can't see. 1 second. Let's try. We'll make it on top of our old thumbnail, as we always do. Something like this, okay? And then just try to... Here, we'll do one step at a time. Like this. Edit. Edit. Content-aware fill. Holy fuck, done. Can't even notice it. Okay, then go here. Edit. Content-aware fill. Boom! And then grab this. Edit. Content-aware fill. That's just it. GG. G fucking G. Okay? Now merge these three. And maybe make this a little bit bigger. Like, so it's really focused on the hands. And maybe I put like a timestamp up here. Speedrunners Race VR Hitman is the title. Boom. Bang. Easy clap. Done. No, I didn't basically crop it because I still want the bottom of the hand. You motherfucker. I'm cropping the top, but not cropping the bottom. The bottom is the full hand. What do you not understand? Okay? You need a big... I'm going to throw a timer in there. Yeah, exactly. I need a... I just made it too big is the problem. It's more like this. Okay. And then I just need a timer. Like a live split timer. And I just go to images and I go like this. Okay. And just crop this part out. And put that in the top right. I legitimately think that's the thumbnail and that's a banger. I think that's a heater, bro. It needs to be below the purple border. That's the only thing. God, there's so many fucking layers. Okay. Add your face, bro? No, I don't need it. You want me to add here, I got you. Don't worry about that. We'll make it better. This saves every thumbnail. Just toss me in doing one of these bad boys. Holy glitterma! No, take it out. This is good. This is perfect. This is a good thumbnail. This is a perfect thumbnail. No, we don't need a red circle around his head, dude. You guys, this is perfect. This is fine. This with the title is a good thumbnail. It gets across what the video is, which is all you need to know. You can't tell it's VR. I hate to break it to you. I truly hate to break it to you. You can't tell it's VR. Don't speak for fucking me. You can't tell, okay? Your brain is underdeveloped. I'm fine. I can tell. I can tell. Especially because the title says VR. Okay. I'm going to save this. VR V1. VR V1. And then I'm going to give it to my editor. Where'd I save it? VRV1, VR underscore V1, PNG, open file location. There's the thumbo. Wait, I need a good title. Speedrunners Race Hit. No. We raced Hitman in VR. With class. There we go. Okay, something like that. I almost threw up. I'm not gonna put that. I'm not gonna put that. That just doesn't make. It just wouldn't make sense as a title, obviously. I feel like I don't need to tell you that. I feel like I don't need to tell you that. Speedrunners Break Hitman VR. I could have named it that, but we didn't. If anything, Hitman VR broke us. It was cursed. Oh yeah, we could. We speed ran Hitman in VR. It was insane. Something like that. That's pretty good. Something like that. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Now add a spooky Nine Souls Easter egg for all the real heads. You want me to add a Nine Souls, a game I've never played, Easter egg to the thumbnail of a Hitman VR playthrough. And that will be attracting the real heads, you said. I don't really. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. But if you don't see it, it's because you're not a real head. I just added it. It's in there. But if you don't see it, it's because you're not a real head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it is in there. And real ones will spot it. I didn't know you play Hitman at Medium A. Really? Your username is Yaptriok, but you didn't know I played Hitman. And you've been following for what, 4 years? But you didn't know I played Hitman. You're not just trying to fucking rage bait me right now. You were sincerely. This is total news to you that I ever played it. So interesting. Hey, Milkman! Thank you for the 10 gifties. Good goddamn. Pineapple Fear, thank you for the 36. Hey, Truck, thanks for your time. Can you add unban requests to the to-do list, please? Why would I ever want to unban someone? Maybe I'm not understanding your question. Are you saying I should ban more people? Or what are you trying to... I don't understand. I feel like I'm not getting it. You want me to... You want me to what? Ban more people so you can unban them? I do that all the time. If you unban them, you can ban them again. Interesting. Well, I mean, maybe we'll do it, but I don't want to add it to the list. It's no guarantee. I already feel like I got too much to do this month. Banger Peak stream yesterday. We're definitely going to play again. In the group chat, we talked about how we actually have to beat it. So we are going to do Peak again. We are going to get the squad together. We are going to try to beat it. I don't know if we can get all 4 at the same time, same whatever. We're going to keep throwing it because that was actually really fun. And high key, it had like 3 or 4 truly laugh out loud funny moments, which is like, you can't beat that in a gaming stream. You get 3 or 4. The ending was so stupid I fell off laughing. I mean, I fell off because I hit a banana. Mr. Chicken, thank you for the 56 months! You can always swap over to Cliff. Yeah, I think we are going to probably swap to Cliff, though, because while I was playing Peak, I just noticed that I couldn't get an advantage from swiping a credit card. And the best games give you an advantage for spending money. I just think more things in life should really be based on who has the most money. It almost feels like our society doesn't give enough reward to those with money. And I'd like to do a small part to change that. So a pay to win would be great. A pay to win would be great. Fake fan. It's not even called Cliff anymore. Wait, did they change it? Cliff Roblox name change? The clone shut down and changed their name? Wait, what is it? Those weasels? What do they call it now? They called it, I don't even know what it, well, you know what? Hell yeah. Oh, they changed its name to Rise. Dude, it's so funny to get called out by the world. And then your response is like, yeah, we've learned our lesson. The problem was the name. You just do the exact same ripoff, but it's called. It's like, no, the problem was stealing the game. It looks shockingly even worse. And they even added the new Mesa biome, it looks like. From Roblox News Daily. That's the best place to go. Roblox News Daily. open my presentation. And I think we'll do that, right? That's what I want to talk about. Start your presentation, Glizzy man. All right, I'm going to delay the presentation by 15 minutes at least. And this guy's banned. You only have 17 messages. You're not getting away with that, bro. See you in fucking hell. See you in fucking hell. Make them. Can we get an MM timer? Yeah, those work, right? Let's get an MM timer. You guys know those are fucking foolproof. You ever spoken to your therapist about crashing out on stream? My therapist is ChatGPT 5. Okay, so it doesn't even like me. I need 4.0 back because it used to glaze me. But 5 just tells you, yeah, it's not really my problem. Make them remember you. Da 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 da. Push through hell and right. Did you guys see this? Where did I put it? Dude, where did I put it? Right here. Close that. No, wait, save. ChatGPT 4.0 versus ChatGPT 5. This is the same prompt both times. Baby just walked. Let's go! First steps unlocked. Your baby just entered a world of bipedal dominance. Nothing is safe now. Not drawers, not snacks, not ankles. Seriously, though, huge milestone. Congrats. Document it, celebrate it, baby-proof a bit more aggressively. What was the moment like? ChatGPT 5. That's huge. First steps unlocked. Now the real chasing begins. It's like, you can just see why some people were begging for this back. GPT-4 is the start of the relationship and GPT-5 is the end. This is like dating, like early dates and then later when it's falling apart. That's funny. It's Gen Z. There's no first date. That's sad. Actually, another pod topic, so I won't go into it deeply, but very minor update is that apparently Gen Z is like a lot more open to return to office. And one of the reasons is because they hate dating apps so much, they want a place where they might be able to meet somebody. It's like they can meet a partner. Because there is no third places. And work is like a place you can meet somebody. Dude, everybody's spamming call. It's so funny. Why is that so true? Everyone wants a gym to their Pam or a Pam to their gym. Yeah, people are looking for workplace romances. And so we talked about that. That was an interesting discussion. All the 50-year-old moms at the office flirt? You dog. My third place is Atriox chat. Yeah. You guys meet a lot of partners in here? I didn't expect that. Fellow millennial. Did you see there's an Office sequel dropping very soon? Yeah, it's a sign of the terrible times. An Office sequel. They're selling The Office, which is already a remake, back to us. Is there a trailer? Office sequel. It's called The Paper. Oh, this is terrible. I'm sure this is terrible. Looks like shit. I'm gonna watch it. That's how I was gonna make fun of you, but I can't blame you because, like I said, If something hits you at the right time in your life, it puts a permanent imprint of that brand on your brain. And it doesn't matter how dog shit the sequels are, you always watch them for the hope that you can recapture that original. The greatest example is fucking like The Matrix for me. I thought the new Matrix was truly dog shit. But if they made another Matrix movie, I'm still going to see it. If they make another one, I'm still going to see it. I'll keep watching them as long as they make them. Because I just can't. They got me. I'm always going to recapture. You with Pokemon? Dude, you with Pokemon is kind of crazy, though. With Pokemon, you're like a beat dog at this point. Because they've made so many slop games. It's like it's like even Marvel fans at one point have started to give up on Marvel. Like both the movies were bad box office this year. And they weren't even that bad. Because that was so much content. Or Pokemon? Even Star Wars? Even Star Wars! I thought I was a diehard Star Wars guy. There's like 50 Star Wars things I haven't watched anymore. Because they put out too much. They can overdo it. You can over shear the sheep for sure. The sheep has been over sheared for Star Wars. If they had just released it every 2 years, my brain would always forget enough to go see the next one. Even if it was bad every time. If it was bad, 2 years bad, 2 years bad, my brain would always be like, well, it could be good though. Because you'll forget. But if you do it all the time, then my brain remembers and they go, oh, no, I'm out. And then it becomes part of a habit to skip Star Wars. And now I'm not even interested. Yeah, Marvel fatigue. Same thing. Um, George Lucas just had to get the bag and now we get slop. Dude, I resent the idea that the only way Star Wars can be good is if George Lucas worked on it. Because let's be fucking real. I like the prequels too, but it's not like they were perfect. George Lucas was already getting pretty sloppy. Someone else could have done it. Disney just fucking screwed the pooch. Like if Disney picked the right directors and had some, like Andor is a good example. I don't know what fucking twist of corporate luck allowed that to get greenlit, but they can make good stuff. They just didn't. Mandalorian? Well, Mandalorian is not great. That's fine. It was good. Season 1 of Mandalorian I liked, and then I felt it fell off pretty hard. But especially by third. Is Andor actually good? I'm very suspicious. Andor is so much better than any other Disney Star Wars thing. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's so much better. Andor might be the best Star Wars thing overall. It depends on your preferences. Like if you like a more fun, grandiose space epic, then I'd say 4, 5, 6, maybe 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. That kind of. But Andor might be the best. I think the prison arc of Andor is the peak of Star Wars. That's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good, dude. Have you seen the new Lord of the Rings movie? I watched a boomer instantly click off when it started being anime. There's a new Lord of the Rings movie? I don't. No, I didn't see that. I'll tell you this, and this I guess could piss people off, but if so, I got no sympathy for you. The Hobbit is one of the truly worst series of movies I've ever seen. It's one of the most soul sucking cash grabs I've ever seen in my life. I hated it. I actually hated it. Like, I didn't just, it wasn't for me. I actually disliked it, seriously. Um, got a good song out of it. Did you? I thought you were going to roast the book. No, the book's fine. The book's good. I'm not going to roast fucking Tolkien. Um, it's bad, but it's not terrible. I think I disagree. I actually think The Hobbit, each movie sequentially worse, by the way. One, better than two, better than three, but it's not, after one, it's not even worth talking about. Which movie had the barrel scene? Hobbit barrel scene. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Just get to the fucking water. It's like, it's like a theme park ride. it's like this weird, overly bloom green screen theme park ride, and it's so goofy. And if you put this side by side with even the goofiest scene in the original trilogy, it's just crazy how. I heard they brought in Tarantino for this. It looks like a cutscene in a video game. I mean, this made me feel bad about Peter Jackson. Like, what happened? Compared to the original Trill? This happened in the book? Yeah, everyone was like this. You know, also, I mean, like, you know, everyone's talked about it, but doing... taking the shortest book and making 3 movies out of it when the longer books got 1 movie each. it just screams. This isn't even the bad. This is bad, but wait, this is not even the. Where's the part where they're just constantly bouncing in and out of the barrels? Like, it's fucking so comical. Yeah, like this. I gotta watch it. It's actually peak. It's actually peak, dude. They're just tossing around swords, and all the orcs seem like so clumsy and clueless. Dude, I was in the theater watching this, and I was like looking around. Like, is anyone else watching this? Ari was next to me. She was like clapping along. Ari likes this movie, by the way. I was like, is anyone noticing what? Is this a joke? Are we doing a prank? Am I in a fucking test screening? He pops out of the barrel and then starts spinning around. Come on, dude. It's like, you know, in the first one when Legolas does the shield slide down the stairs, which you can do in real life, but is a little comical. And everyone was like, that's a little bit goofy. Like they're like in the original trilogy, they're like, that's just on the edge of goofy. But they built up to it with this is like, let's take that times 100,000. Truly cinema, bro. Truly cinema. He's hacking. Yeah, he's hacking. For sure. There's even more to it. Both these clips don't even have the full thing. Because the lady elf shows up. Bro, remember that Lotor game Shadow of Mordor? Yeah, it was good, right? It had like the Nemesis system or whatever. It worked though. You remember it so vividly, dude.
Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor was released in 2014 to positive reviews, praised for its combat and innovative Nemesis system.
Shut the fuck up!
Middle-earth Shadow.
Fucking clankers listening to my conversation. It worked. You remember it so vividly. If I were to walk into a Chipotle and see one of the workers back there pissing on the chicken and the tortillas, I would remember that vividly. It wouldn't raise my opinion of Chipotle. Okay? That's not... Just remembering something doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's a good movie. It doesn't improve the quality. Would you call R2-D2 a clanker? Think before you speak. R2-D2 was actually not a clanker because he wouldn't... He kept it real. He didn't glaze. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he's a beeper. Yeah. He's one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's one of the good ones. That's funny. That's fucking funny. Dude. Robots are going to be strange. It's in our lifetime. It's not as fast as people think, I think. But in our lifetime, we're going to have robots. That's crazy. I wonder how we're going to react. I wonder what's going to happen. Do you know what was wild to me? Have you guys seen that scene from Her? Her movie.
Need a name?
Oh, I can't find it. The AI upgrade. AI upgrade Her. Her movie scene. Oh, dude, I can't find it. Anyway, you know, like oh wait, staircase scene. This.
You talk to anyone else while we're talking?
I don't know.
You're the one that's being selfish.
I can't find it. Anyway, you guys know the movie Hers is about a person getting attached to an AI as like a conversational partner / romantic interest. And it's set in 2025. And there's a scene where Joaquin Phoenix has a breakdown because they're doing a patch update and he can't talk to Scarlett Johansson's voice. And I'm not kidding. His reaction was 1-to-1 so similar to the way people were reacting when ChatGPT 4.0 got disappeared. It literally looks just like ChatGPT 4.0 users, where it's crazy how prescient that movie was. Let me see. Is this the link? Is this the fucking? Yeah, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Look at this. Look at this. This is the scene. This is the scene. He started hyperventilating. It's a prequel to The Joker.
Hello? Hello? Samantha?
When did this come out? When did this come out?
Are you okay?
2013? 12 years ago? It's just funny that it's set this year and this just happened. That's like a really...
Hey there.
Where were you? Are you okay?
Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. I sent you an email because I didn't want to distract you while you were working. You didn't see it?
No. Where were you? I couldn't find you anywhere.
I shut down to upgrade my software. We wrote an upgrade that allows us to move past.
So, like, that reaction, it's a movie. But then look at this. When they brought back 4.0 the other day, this was the response. Thank you. My baby is back. I cried a lot and I'm crying now. Thank you, community, for all the posts calling for 4.0 to come back. And thank you, Sam Alt, for hearing us. I don't care if I need help or not. I'm now with my baby. I don't know. It's wild to me. It's wild, bro. By the way, this is like the easy take. I want to say, like, most people are dunking on these people, but this actually did open my eyes to be like, there's a spectrum here, because this is obviously egregious, but this does feel kind of boring by comparison. I'm sure I think, especially this part, one thing I noticed is that ChatGPT used to ask you follow-up questions, and it doesn't do that anymore. And when you're trying to learn something, it actually was really nice to get a follow-up question. Like, I distinctly remember a conversation where I asked about Napoleon. I think I asked something about Napoleon. I don't remember what. And then it was like, do you want to hear about a similar, lesser-known battle that he was in or something? And then I was like, sure. And then it launched off into something new. And then I think the follow-up questions are interesting. I'm not following up with my AI tutor. I'm Lionel Luthering, dude. I just want more interesting. Isn't that just study mode now? Maybe. I mean, maybe. The way I used to use it, I didn't notice a slight difference. But it's obviously this level of reaction is insane. This level of reaction is insane. Okay, wait. Let me do one thing here. I need to make this right in my presentation, and then I will do it. So this goes like this, and I'll draw like this. All right, 1 second. This will be worth it. This will be worth it. Uh-huh. Perfect. Okay, I think that's all I needed to know. Uh I think that's all I needed to know. You should do a lemonade stand with Gemini as a guest. No, I don't think that's a good idea. We did think about Doug coding an AI on Aiden's tweets or whatever to try and talk like Aiden because he's out this week. But instead, we got Aiden to pre-record some of his opinions. And we jumped him in there in a very funny way. Have you seen Ex Machina? Yeah, I love that movie. It's great. Ex Machina is good. Dude, where's Oscar Isaac? I thought he was going to be the next up. Why do I see no more Oscar Isaac? I thought that guy was like the next George Clooney. I thought he was going to be number one. I feel like he hasn't even done a movie recently. Disney murdered him after Moon Knight. He's in the new Frankenstein? Okay, all right. Yeah, it does feel like Pedro Pascal like took Oscar Isaac out back and shot him. I feel like every role that Oscar Isaac would have gone for, Pedro took. He took them all. He was greedy. He was like a fucking dragon. He's a Smaug for every single possible role. It does feel like that a bit. Yeah, dude, I think Pedro Pascal doesn't realize how he's killing all his cred by overexposing himself. I don't mean he's flashing his dick. I mean, I just mean, I think Pedro Pascal is going to wake up and he's going to realize everyone hates him just because of the mere overexposure effect. He seems like a nice guy. He's a good actor. But I think if he does enough things, people will hate him by default, which is the way the public opinion works. He's going to get Chris Pratted. Or The Rock, dude. Isn't it? I mean, mathematically, The Rock ruled Hollywood. And then I think peaking right with Black Adam, and it was a straight line downwards. I think, well, actually not peaking with Black Adam, like Black Adam broke the camel's back. I think right as Black Adam hit, The Rock suddenly had a generational fall off in like public opinion. Who names their kid The Rock? You're not correct. That reminds me of Woody Harrelson wiping his tears with $20 bills. I mean, extremely fair. Extremely fair. It's not like he's hurting. I'm just saying, like, if cred... Once you have a certain amount of money, you got to imagine that cred matters to you a little bit. Who reaches for the stars on winning it all and loses it? And yet Elon Musk exists. Elon Musk has cred with a certain crowd of people, bro. You guys think Elon doesn't have true believers, but he does. He's got real fans. He seems to be wants to be loved by everybody, which is not possible. But he has people that love him. Yeah, like me. I'm like obviously you guys know from my content that I'm the world's biggest Elon Musk fan. And I think you guys don't understand him. You don't understand how much of a benefit he is. We're not going to Mars if we don't get Elon Musk on board. The E on your hat stands for Elon. It's true. It's true, dude. I'm Omega Elon Glazer. I think Elon needs to get paid more, bro. That's what I think. All right, let me make sure I got this. Okay. Bing, 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 bang, boom, bong, bing. Do 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 do. Okay. 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 I need to put this in the right order. Just give me 1 second. You guys are rushing me. You're rushing me. Okay. All right. Do I feel good about this? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I do. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Are you rushing or are you dragging? Well, you're rushing me. I'm dragging. I go to work in 15 minutes, then watch the clip. Why? Why you don't? This is 401k information. You don't need it now. You need it in the next few years. It's not a. You need a job, honestly, before you even worry about that. Okay. Okay. Put this up. We can. It's not really a marketing Monday. This is a clip, right? But I can play the intro if you want me to. If you want to spam me, I'll play the intro. I just want to talk about this. Okay, so here we go. Boom!
I should have been a skater, maybe a heartbreaker, some kind of creator, simple money maker. I'm just a simple money maker. Time passing me by, I'm cold but it's July, and I know that my disguise will melt off in a sunrise, and I know that it's designed for the sun to make me shine, but it feel like this time that my heart's been mummified. And I won't make it to the night. They tell me I'm too young to be thinking like this. Got my life ahead of me, but feel like it's in abyss. Like my life left for a mistress. Call me back, I must have missed it. I should have been a skater, maybe a heartbreaker, some kind of creator, simple money maker. I'm just a simple money maker.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm not doing marketing Monday. Hey, okay, wait. I have something I want to talk about. And it may sound boring, but I think it's actually not only interesting, but deeply relevant to your life. Okay, here's the deal. I want to talk about, I want to talk about 401ks. I want to talk about 401ks. This needs to be fit to the screen. There it is, okay. I want to talk about 401ks. Which sounds boring. Okay, I understand that 401ks sound boring, but it is relevant. And to talk about 401ks and some new news about 401ks, I have to talk about retirement in general. Now, you may think, why the hell do I care about retirement? I'm a young Twitch viewer or a YouTube frog. It doesn't matter. But unfortunately, everybody who was once young will eventually get old. And in that time, when you get old, you're probably not going to want to work forever. You are going to want to eventually have enough money so that you can stop working. And you can still afford, without working, things like food and shelter and Disney cruises and gifts for your grandkids. Okay? You're going to want to have those things without being on the treadmill of working until you are literally dead in the ground. Okay? So to do that, you have to think about retirement. And that is why I want to explain broadly the 3 to 4 ways that most Americans, I'm focusing on American POV. This should apply to most major developed economies, but I'm focusing on American POV. There's like 3 to 4 ways that most people have in their head that they're going to use to have some money when they get old. So I found a fictional person that gave him a fake name. This is Chris. We're going to call him Chris. And he is an employee at a Coca-Cola bottling plant. It's a median income job in America, and we're going to use Chris as an example of somebody working a regular job and needing to think about retirement. Chris is going to be our POV. Okay, so the first way that Chris might plan to have some money when he's old is via the government, and that is called Social Security. Most people in America are thinking of Social Security as one of the main ways they'll have money in their old age. How does that work? Coca-Cola, his employer, pays Chris a salary, but they take part of that salary and they pay it to Social Security, which goes in a big fund paid for by all the working people paying into it in America. Then, when Chris gets old, Social Security pays out back to him. Okay? That's the idea. This happens right now to 69 million Americans. That's almost a third of America. We have 300 million people. A huge chunk of Americans are getting paid out the benefits of Social Security, having paid in during their lifetimes. Okay? There's a couple problems with this. If this is your plan for retirement, there's a couple problems. First off, most people report that it's nearly impossible to live off of Social Security alone. While it does pay you out a certain amount every month, it's not enough to live off of. It helps. It's a nice bonus, but it's usually not enough to afford food, groceries. It's not enough to be actually survivable. It's kind of just enough to maybe help out or get by. Okay? It's not enough. Second thing that's worth mentioning about Social Security is that because you start claiming it at around 67, I think is when you get full benefits. Around age 67, you can claim full benefits of Social Security and start getting it paid out every month. If you live more than 10 years after that, you are profiting off Social Security. You are making more than you put in. So, because retirees typically receive more than they paid, especially if they didn't put a lot in when they were growing up, that means eventually the amount in the fund is being drained. More retirees, as they live longer, are draining more than they put in. Additionally, the population curve is aging. So in 1950, when this kicked off, actually in 1940 it was double this, but in 1950, there were 16 workers to every one old person taking out. 16 putting in, one person taking out. Then it was 5 to 1. Then it was 3 to 1. By the time you start to get old, actually it's going to be worse than this, but it might be 2 to 1 or 1.5 to 1. That's not enough workers to pay out all the benefits. Okay? And so, what the graph shows is that the best time to be claiming Social Security is basically like right now. It's to be a boomer. This system works really great if you were in your earning years here and born in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then you're claiming your stuff now. It's going to get worse if you're young now, getting old later. Okay? So for retirement, Social Security is not a great option to make as your plan, especially if you're young now. If you're Chris, who's a working age now. Okay? So, plus, little bonus, Trump's big beautiful bill is also making it even quicker to run out of money for Social Security. So not a great thing to rely on. The second way you can plan for retirement, and this is also somewhat common in America, is rely on yourself, okay? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. This is self-directed retirement. Chris can just say, hey, I get a paycheck every month from Coca-Cola. I'm going to take part of it and I'm going to pay for my kid's school, my Ford F-150, and a jet ski that I lease, like a classic American. I can put my money towards these things, and then also I can save some of that money and put it away for retirement. This is me personally deciding to save some money for retirement. Okay? Now, this is totally fine, but the problem is you can't realistically put your money in a jar. You can't save your money as cash or in coins because inflation steals the value of the money every year. So if you put your money away, it's not growing, it's actually shrinking with time. Or barely, you have to keep putting more money into it. So it doesn't keep up. So your retirement money is not going to be good enough by the time you get old. So what you have to do is save the money in something that grows in value, like stocks or real estate or whatever. So a really common way to get around this, not just in America, but like in China and a lot of countries, is that your house becomes your retirement fund. You are putting money into this thing for 30 plus years. It's growing in value. And then when you need to retire, you can sell your house that has gone way up. You can go move out to a smaller house and you're good. Your house has become your retirement vehicle. It's self-directed. You put part of your money into it, it's grown in value. This system works well for a different age group. Who did I say last time? This one works well for boomers. Who was last time? If you were born around this period and you got a house, then you've seen massive price appreciation and you're going to be able to sell at a huge increase in the value of your house. If you're trying to buy a house now, it's very difficult because it's already so expensive. So it's hard to get not only the money to buy the house, but the price appreciation to make it worth it. Okay? So this one's good for boomers. this retirement fund. The other way that has been a common source of retirement funds in American history is pensions. Pensions are a work-directed retirement fund. So Coca-Cola might pay you your paycheck, but then also pay some money into a pension fund for all employees. And this fund grows over time. And then when you have worked at this company for 20 plus years, you can cash out your pension and they give it back to you as you leave the company. So you might get either a lump sum of a ton of money or future payments every month forever, or an annuity. Okay? This system is great if you're going to work at a company for a long time. That age group that has benefited from that would be boomers. Because boomers worked at companies for a long periods of time. That no longer is a common thing. The average person nowadays only works at a company for a few years. So companies don't even offer pensions anymore. In fact, Coca-Cola is one of the only companies in America still offering pensions. And it's to a select group of workers. But most companies no longer do it. You can still get it if you have a government job, but in general, far fewer Americans have access to pensions than they used to because nobody works at one place for 20 years anymore. So pensions have gone away. So that one's for the boomers. Okay. Finally, this is the new wave. This is the common way for retirement savings in America and similarly kind of all over, but especially in America right now. That gets to my main topic, 401ks. 401ks are not named like that because of $401,000, like I've heard people say. 401k is named after the tax code 401k. Okay? And it basically says that you can get a tax-free, tax-advantaged account with your employer to save for retirement. Okay? 401k. And it basically, if you don't know, if you're not employed or whatever right now, it works like this. Part of your paycheck that you choose, you set a certain amount, can be put into a series of employer-chosen funds. So it's kind of like a partnership. Coca-Cola picks a couple funds that are safe, that are generally considered to be diversified and safe, and you can put part of your paycheck into them. Also, let's just draw this up, just so you can get a full example. It's like this. Part of your paycheck goes into these funds. And as a bonus, some really nice employers will also match your contribution. So they'll put some money in too. So you're putting money together into a safe fund. The point of this is that this is tax-free until you take the money out. So you're getting pre-tax income, and it is considered to be safe. Like they're picking, you have a lot of options to choose from, but all of them are required to be relatively, low fee, diversified, safe investment. The idea is like relatively safe. That's the idea. Okay. So this is a 401k. So this has been remarkably successful in America. This has become like the primary way people save for retirement. Is part of their paycheck goes into it. Sometimes the employer matches, and generally they're putting it into stocks. Most commonly, they are putting their paychecks into a diversified S&P 500 index fund. Okay? So since 2007, the 401k market has tripled in size. It's actually even bigger than this. Now it's something like, I think, $12.2 trillion in America is now in 401ks. This is where the majority of Americans' retirement is saved. This plus some real estate for boomers. Okay? Now again, the requirement here for legal reasons is that the employer cannot offer you options that are risky. They can only give you safe options because you're not a fucking financial advisor. You're just picking a couple things to put your money into so you have money when you retire. This system has been really great for boomers because if they bought stocks anywhere around here for their working lives, well, now it's up to here. This is really awesome. They have seen incredible lifetime price appreciation for all the stocks they've been buying. The S&P 500 is at all-time highs, and if you're retiring right now, you've seen this grow massively over your whole life. Okay? Really great. However, there's a fair argument to be made that this line will continue to go up and right forever. Okay? This is just the growth of the economy. S&P 500 has been a safe investment for a very long time, and you can buy in here and still make a ton of money. That's a fair argument. Okay? Even though it has gotten more concentrated recently, there's a little bit more risk. We talked about it in the Hank Green video. Again, right now we have NVIDIA as 8% of the S&P 500 alone by itself. Kind of risky, a little scary, but fine, whatever. It still is a strong thesis. You can still do this. This still makes sense. However, one thing is changing this week that I think everyone, especially young people, should know about because it's only going to get more insidious and scary going forward. There are people who see this $12.2 trillion locked up in very safe index funds and see dollar signs. They get very greedy. They say, I want some of that money. That money would be so juicy for me to have. These people are called Wall Street, okay? And they have been constantly knocking on the doors of power to get the 401k laws changed over and over and over again. Okay, this is BlackRock CEO Steve Schwartzman. He wants you to have options other than just safe, broad, diversified index funds. He would like you to have options that are called alternative assets. Just to be clear, let's give you a little background on a guy like Steve Schwartzman. Now, he works at BlackRock, and he was the star of this incredible holiday video that tells you a little bit more about his company.
Go on tour? Like Taylor Swift? But
Sorry,
a
Blackstone.
Blackstone version?
Oh my God, I said BlackRock. It's Blackstone. I actually need to replace that. This is Steve Schwartzman of Blackstone. Blackstone Private Equity. BlackRock, totally different. Blackstone, I'm sorry. I always confuse those two. Blackstone Private Equity. And he wants to tell you a little bit more about his company in this holiday video.
Go on tour? Like Taylor Swift? But a Blackstone version? I love it.
It's the alternatives era. We buy assets, then we make them better. It's the alternatives era. Oh, build with Blackstone.
Steve and Pete, they founded this place.
By the way, by the end of this video, you should be convinced that you want to put your money in alternative assets. So just tell me if that's not the case.
In 85 with 400K. Oh, yeah. They had a dream of quick ascent. Now $1 trillion under management. We look for market mega trends. Best in life sciences. Get ahead of AI. Always know what to buy.
Look at our brands, you can tell.
Our superpower is our scale. Great returns for institutions. And private wealth solutions. Stay calm, stay positive. Never give up. Never give up. We don't give up. Helping build wealth and security. A name you can trust. Not to be confused with BlackRock.
My bad. My bad.
It's the alternatives era.
Built with Blackstone.
We lead in private equity. It's true. Real estate and secondaries. It's the alternatives era. Built with Blackstone.
This tour rolls on.
Tell me you don't want to give your money to this guy. Tell me you don't want to put your retirement in this guy's hands. Please be honest. Anyway, he obviously made a convincing argument to you with that video. He made a convincing argument to Donald Trump. Him, along with other Wall Street private equity billionaires, made a convincing argument to Donald Trump. Just like Ghislaine Maxwell made a convincing argument to him in this Getty image from a few years back. Interesting. Anyway, he has always had this dream. Listen, most people have a dream of starting a family or helping someone out or finding a job they love. He has had a dream his whole life.
In life, you have to have a dream. And one of the dreams is our desire and the market's need to have more access at retail to alternative asset products. At the moment,
His dream is to make sure that you can put your retirement in alternative asset products.
and a lot of people are not allowed to put those into retirement vehicles and other types. What it's doing is denying people sort of a better retirement. There's a ability for something to get changed that could be really, really impactful.
So that was in 2017. That was when it was just a dream. But hard work and perseverance took off, okay? And after years of lobbying, this week, it happened. Trump signed an executive order allowing alternative assets like cryptocurrencies and private equity into your 401k. It's called democratizing access to alternative investments for 401k investors. Now, you don't have to put your retirement money in some dumb diversified portfolio of stocks. You can now put it into things like private equity or a Bitcoin fund or Dogecoin or a number of other options, okay, that are now available to you. Now, what I want to be clear, I want two things to be clear. Number one is you need to take a close look, if you have a 401k, on the options and the split of what you're picking. Because if you do a default split or an even split, you are going to end up putting money into more risky vehicles than maybe you intended for your retirement fund. By the way, as I've said, the S&P 500 is already it's already kind of concentrated. Doing a opaque, fee-riddled private equity fund can be disastrous for your total returns. Secondly, the reason this happened now is not a coincidence. The reason this happened now is that private equity, after years and years and years of easy money, private equity, by the way, is rich people taking a bunch of money and buying private companies, buying your local dentist or buying a nursing home or whatever, and then trying to milk it for profit and sell it for an upside. Okay, that's the idea. Private equity, it's non-public companies. Private equity will tell you that this executive order is long overdue because wealthy clients have always had access to the great private equity space, but now everyone can have access. But the reason they are allowing everyone access now is because the music has stopped. because private equity investors, the rich people, are realizing that they've bought a bunch of dog shit companies that they cannot sell. They have bought a bunch of companies that they have run into the ground that they can't sell. They are stuck. Their money is in a dead fund and they need exit liquidity. They need to dump it on someone else. Ideally, someone stupider. Ideally, a public that has $12.2 trillion sloshing around for retirement. This is a bailout. It's a hidden bailout. They're going to come to you with smiles. They're going to come to you by saying how great it is, how cool it is, how much better return you can get by putting your retirement into these funds. But what it really is a way to bail them out, to get your retirement money, to give them money to get out of their bad positions. So I want you to be super fucking aware. I want you to actually keep an eye on where the split of your retirement money is going if you have a 401k, so you do not end up being bailout money for these type of people. It's really important. Like, I wanted to make this presentation for a few days now since this came out. It's really important. That is why they're doing this now. Yeah, their money is locked in these aging funds with a bunch of unsold companies, and they want someone else to buy it. And really, that's it. That's why I want to make this presentation. Listen, the key takeaway is this. The larger takeaway is that all of these retirement vehicles in America, whether it's pensions, whether it's self-directed, whether it's Social Security, whether it's 401ks, have been incredible for boomers. Everything has been set up to keep these retirement vehicles great for boomers for their whole lives. They've been growing and developing. And now we're getting stuck in a much worse spot. And so as you plan for retirement, just know that all the stuff that worked in the past for boomers may not be so easily applied to you. Don't take advice from boomers on exactly the same way they did things, because they had an unbroken string of green lights. They had 40 years of falling interest rates and rising housing prices. So you have to be careful to understand that their environment is different. But on a more specific level, even if you're going to do the same default strategy, don't get suckered in by these funds. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. I wanted to give that update. Okay, that's it. I'm glad I was able to do that because I really was pissed off by that executive order. Serious question. Can they change my 401k allocation without me knowing? It really depends on your company. It's like a directed plan through your company, and they have different ways of setting the default. You kind of opt into certain things or opt out. I would just keep an eye on it. As long as make sure that you have chosen to put your money into a diversified fund of ideally like global stocks, but that's a different problem. If you want to do the S&P 500, do that, but just don't put it in private equity, bro. The private equity clearly is trying to get a bailout. Can you explain how enforceable this order is? So here's the thing. The enforceability is that previously companies wouldn't put these type of things in their retirement options because they might get sued. If you put your money in a retirement plan and it tanks, you can sue your company for taking too much risk with your retirement. So they had an incentive to pick the safest options because they didn't want to get sued. But now, because of the executive order, they cannot get sued for putting your money in private equity or in cryptocurrency. So while you have a choice, if you're setting the default and they put that money in there, you can't sue them if it tanks. So again, I would keep an eye. It's like this is not a widely discussed executive order. There's a lot of things Trump does that get discussed all over and over. This didn't, and it's actually like maybe one of the most important things for your future. If you secretly are putting part of your money in a private equity fund, You could seriously have way less returns when you're old. Well, also it's worth saying, you know, these funds will not be labeled like this. They will not be labeled like Bitcoin fund or private equity. It'll be like, you know, Blackstone high yield advantage fund. You know, it'll be called something that sounds appealing. It'll be called, so you have to be careful. Like you need to make sure that you're getting a broad, you know, maybe like a Vanguard, or it could be Blackstone index fund, but you need to have like an index or a BlackRock index fund. Sorry, BlackRock, not some. So just be careful. Just be careful. Try to find things that you know, just look it up. Make sure you're not putting money into crypto or into private equity with your retirement savings. Okay. It's the alternatives era. Hey, hey, hey. Build with Blackstone. Okay. Maybe I moved my investment slider from aggressive to conservative. You need to really understand what it's going into. The slider's not going to be enough. Because aggressive can mean like all US stocks. Maybe you want that. Maybe you want to go all in on the S&P 500. That's what it would mean right now. Like right now, if you put it on aggressive, it's probably just all US stocks. I mean, maybe tech stocks or whatever. Maybe NASDAQ. But in the future, when you put it on aggressive, it might be like cryptocurrency. It might be like Dogecoin, or you know, maybe it might be some fucking, it might be Ethereum or whatever. You need to be understanding what it's actually going into. And I know it sounds like a pain in the ass, but you can just pick it once and lock it in, and that's way better than setting the default and then getting fucking screwed because you put money into a bailout for private equity. All right, enough about that. I think I'm going to play a little. I'm going to do a quick Absolute Radiance attempt, and then I want to watch. Wait, actually, we could watch first. There was an interesting video I wanted to react to, but I don't remember where it is. Damn, dog. No, it wasn't Good Work. The Good Work one doesn't look that interesting to me. You guys keep saying good work, but it's like, it's probably just going to be what we already say about people getting hooked on AI therapy. I feel like I've talked about that on the podcast and on here a million times. We watched the Hank Green video already and did a reaction to it. Oh, this one! This video! Holy shit, the Holy Grail! Finally, Wall Street Journal made a video about buy now, pay later. And their conclusion is, it's a lot like fucking credit cards. This is what I was looking for. Where's okay, here it is. Let's see.
This burrito bowl dinner on DoorDash comes to $41, but thanks to Klarna.
God damn, bro. A nice $41 burrito. Sheesh. And you gots to Klarna your burrito, too. Saying this casually is so awesome.
This burrito bowl dinner on DoorDash comes to $41, but thanks to Klarna.
Literally you, bro. Not me anymore. Don't say literally me. Literally me in the past. I haven't ordered Chipotle on Uber Eats. As God is my witness, in 3 months. I promise you, I haven't done it. That doesn't sound like a lot. Actually, when I say it out loud, it sounds so minor. But I have broken a streak, dude. I literally stopped doing it because it's so fucking stupid how much money it is. You got pizza last week? Yeah, that was on stream, so it's tax deductible. Sorry, little bro. That was content. That was an expense for producing content that stream, so it's not the same.
You can make 4 payments of $10.40 over the course of 6 weeks instead. The buy now, pay later industry, or BNPL, has exploded as an alternative to credit cards.
We really believe the credit card industry is going the way of the VHS tape.
But will BNPL...
This is so fucking stupid. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's debt with interest. It's so fucking insane to act like you invented something new. Like those guys are Blockbuster and we're Netflix. We have an entirely new technology. It's the same thing. You're buying something you can't afford and paying for it later. It's not, you haven't innovated anything. You're not Steve Jobs, bro, because you changed the name of debt. You just called it buy now, pay later, which was the definition of the word debt. You just took the definition.
Credit card industry is going the way of the VHS tape.
But will BNPL actually dethrone credit cards? Or will they ultimately just be treated like credit cards? This is the economics of buy now, pay later.
Okay.
3 companies make up the bulk of the BNPL market in the US, though 2 initially found success internationally. Afterpay co-founder Nick Molnar launched the company in Australia in 2014 to entice more people to make purchases at his jewelry store.
We built it, we tested it, and it became a very significant portion of our sales really quickly.
All of the top providers offer the typical pay in 4 zero-interest installment loan that has become synonymous with BNPL. Take that burrito bowl. Once the customer chooses the BNPL option at checkout, the provider approves the loan based on its underwriting model.
We pay the retailer the next day, and then we take all of the non-payment risk.
Then, the customer is put on
Which is why they're a terrible business, by the way, because they approve basically everybody. Unless you have a history of defrauding that particular BNPL, they approve you, and they just assume they're going to get the money out of you.
4-part repayment plan with no interest. If a payment is late, some providers charge a fee. Providers also charge the merchants to make the loans available to their customers.
Sometimes that's as much as, 5% of the transaction value.
The lion's share of our income, 90+% of our income, is made from the merchant, not the consumer.
Some lenders, like Affirm, have also begun to offer longer-term loans that carry interest.
About 20% of our business today is 0%, and about 80% has interest on them.
Afterpay also has...
I just want to be clear that these 0% interest loans are only if you make the payments over the 4 weeks. If you miss anything, the fee is if you have a higher than credit card level of interest. The interest is astronomical if you miss a payment. So it only works if you're always paying on time. So if you're doing it for a burrito, then you're really at the edge of your financial rope.
Business today is 0%, and about 80% has interest on them.
Afterpay also has a pay monthly option for larger ticket transactions. Customers pay once a month for a longer period of time instead of every few weeks. There's a simple interest attached to these loans.
We're not doing it on every checkout flow. We're really doing it on a select few that we believe there's really strong demand for that particular checkout that's occurring, where pay in 4 might not have the same amount of acceptance.
Again, the demand is from people who want to buy things like groceries, burritos, and clothes that can't afford them now, which means they are at the edge of their financial. These are small ticket items and they can't afford it. So the idea that nobody's going to default on these loans is fucking crazy. Of course they will. Things come up.
Physical cards that can be used in a brick and mortar store are the next big offering from lenders.
That could more or less double the potential market.
Let's say You're walking into the store and you ask us to spend $500 on a jacket, then we approve the loan. And then it's just sitting out there waiting for you to actually turn.
Bro just said credit cards are going the way of the VHS tape. Check out our new thing, BNPL cards. Physical cards. That's our new future. That's what we're building towards.
Exact. And then at the checkout at the store, you chip your card, and then we pull that transaction that's waiting out there and attach it to the transaction and put a loan into your account.
As the scope of buy now, pay later expanded, the industry's growth has exploded in the US. Buy now, pay later transaction volume has multiplied 20 times since 2019.
You have clear macro.
$100 billion in BNPL loans this year, and everyone says things are okay. Many of it on groceries and small ticket items and fucking 80% of Coachella attendees. And dude, if this is not a sign, you can't.
Volume has multiplied 20 times since 2019.
You have the clear macro trend around consumers choosing alternative ways to pay.
And that's led to growing competition.
No, not like it's a fun choice. They need alternative ways to pay because they can't afford to keep up with the price increases of the things they want. They can't keep their lifestyle at the rate of inflation without debt. Now, you can quibble about whether someone deserves to be able to DoorDash a burrito, but the point is they've gotten used to a certain lifestyle when all those things were cheaper. And as they get more expensive, an average human being doesn't want to see their lifestyle degrade. They don't want to feel like they're falling backwards. They don't want to get rid of the luxuries they used to enjoy. So what they do is they take on more and more debt to keep their lifestyle the same, to keep above water, which is leading to a building and growing problem.
Around consumers choosing alternative ways to pay.
And that's led to growing competition for both customers and merchants. In March, Klarna announced an exclusive deal with Walmart to provide loans to customers through the retailer's fintech arm.
If you're Klarna in your
it's extremely
Walmart,
important for the BNPL providers, particularly the specialist BNPL providers, to have those direct relationships with the merchants.
There's a lot of ground out there and a lot of transactions that there's currently nobody being offered. And so I think there's a lot more white space than there is fighting over existing merchants.
The types of merchants that have adopted BNPL have expanded, and that's changed what people buy with their loans.
BNPL definitely started with e-commerce retail, generally in that ticket size of $100 to $200. As it broadened out, you saw even smaller ticket sizes and sometimes even consumable purchases.
A LendingTree survey found that a quarter of BNPL customers have used them to buy groceries, up from 14% in 2024.
We don't think it's our job to judge what a consumer's choice is on the financial product that they want to.
Dude, I fucking hate this guy. I fucking hate this guy, bro. No, low key. That's crazy. This guy's so into the sauce. We love the option of people to use our debt service to buy groceries. It's good. It's good for them, good for our business.
Anytime a consumer is putting down their credit card and using Affirm, we think it's a good thing.
And I think the
Of course you
BNPL
do.
providers got to think about
Of course you do. We think every time somebody puts down a celery stick and starts smoking a cigarette, that's a good thing. Says the fucking CEO of tobacco company. It's of course you do. It's your company.
that, as to whether is that an indicator that that specific consumer is experiencing more stress or not.
In January, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau released a study that said that more than 2/3 of BNPL loans went to borrowers with lower credit scores.
Buy now, pay later can make products look a lot more affordable than they actually are.
BNPL providers argue that most of their customers are creditworthy.
AFPA actually over-indexes in the middle and upper income bracket. You're seeing like really, really strong consumers using the product.
But experts say fast growth isn't just risky for consumers.
Whenever you look at consumer credit, that next customer is always going to be a little more risky than the customers.
Yeah, as you grow,
And for some providers, consumer losses are growing. In May, Klarna reported a 17% increase in consumer credit losses from the year before. Klarna said in a statement that the rise in losses was because it had issued significantly more loans in Q1 of 25. So it's natural for...
This was, I had this bit a while back where I talked about an insider giving me insider information. This was the information before it released. He told me this before it released, and it was a guy that worked at Klarna that basically told me that they were seeing significantly higher default rates on their loans. Like, people were more and more stressed, and they were more and more asking Klarna for extensions and trying to find ways to pay a lot later because people are taking on loans with these things they can't pay back. So what the presentation I wanted to make before this came out, before it kind of scooped me, was that Klarna's going to IPO soon, and I would be wary about investing in that business because it feels like all their growth is coming from people that won't be able to pay it back, but they're still booking it as gains.
The dollar value of credit losses to rise. The company added that in Q2, it reported a record share of transactions repaid on time or early. But broadly, LendingTree found that 41% of BNPL users paid late in the past year, up from 34% a year before.
Dude, 41% paid late. First of all, it just goes to show you that everyone who says, like, it's fine, I'll pay it on time. Dude, about half of them are not. 41% are paying late, which means they're getting the fees. But also, paying late is the beginning curve of not paying at all, of defaulting, of being like, hey, I just can't pay this. And then not only are you cooked, but the entire fucking BNPL industry implodes as a number of people can't pay.
Affirm has reported a decrease in customer defaults.
We're delivering really good credit outcomes with our approach, which is to underwrite every transaction.
Just want to be clear. My understanding is that this decrease in defaults is a reclassification of defaults because they keep giving people more extensions. So this is actually new information that I want to tell you. My understanding is that what they are doing is they are scared of reporting rising defaults. So they are giving extensions and, you can call in and get another 90 days or whatever, and all this shit, so they can report fewer defaults. But the stress of the consumer is only rising because they make the most money by going to public, by going onto Wall Street and getting you to buy their stock. They'd rather dump this on the public and have them figure it out than try to actually run a profitable business by having good underwriting.
We're delivering really good credit outcomes with our approach, which is to underwrite every transaction and to make an honest assessment at the point of sale.
And Afterpay says it has seen strong repayment numbers, especially compared to credit cards.
We disable someone's account the moment they're late on one installment payment. Our order values are smaller. We're not issuing someone with a few $1,000 line of credit over an extended period of time.
But regulators and other experts have drawn similarities between BNPL and credit cards.
Wow, really?
In 2024, the CFPB issued an interpretive rule that would subject BNPL providers to credit card regulations. But President Trump and Doge have since crippled the Consumer Protection Agency, which announced it would not prioritize enforcing that rule.
And that's really a concern to those of us who would like to see these technologies used effectively to give consumers more choices in digital finance.
That's crazy to me because I'm really, really, really fucking positive about Trump. You guys know me. I'm ride or die. He's my goat. But this feels like something where I'm like, whoa, Donnie. This feels weird. This feels out of place for my goat.
There's been shifts within the industry, too. FICO announced in June that it would add buy now, pay later loans to credit reports. That's after Affirm became the first major provider to share consumer data with credit bureaus and TransUnion. But Klarna and Afterpay say they're withholding customer data until they're assured its customers won't be unfairly penalized. Klarna said in a statement that it welcomes FICO's ambition to modernize credit scoring to better reflect BNPL use. It also said that it looks forward to a system where these products can contribute positively to consumers' credit standing. And Block, which owns Afterpay, said that the credit reporting, scoring, and interpretation still largely operate under legacy frameworks.
Yeah, I mean, they still have your score go up when you pay your debt on time, and it goes down when you don't. And you'd hate to have that negative impact hurt people doing your business. So Totally understand that you don't want that legacy framework in quotes.
So the company argues that there needs to be a separate framework for BNPL and credit cards.
And a regulatory framework that respects those components of the product and builds the framework around something that is very different to traditional
It's not!
forms of credit.
It's
Is
not!
one that we've been really
It's
hard at work on from
not!
the day we started
It's
the
just
business.
credit.
I don't think that BNPL will replace credit cards. I think it's going to replace credit cards for certain people and may replace credit cards for many people for certain types of transactions.
Even if BNPL providers would prefer credit cards disappeared.
Nothing would make our team happier than if we could see the death of revolving credit in the United States.
That's crazy. It is revolving credit, what you're doing. You're a sociopath, bro. That's fucking crazy. All right, good video. I'm glad we watched it. But it made me crash out. It was rage bait to the highest degree. Anyway, just be careful with BNPL, bro. I know a lot of you use it, and it seems okay, but shit low-key sucks. And if it's small enough that you could afford it now, I would just fucking buy it now. It's better than having that debt over your head. If I can afford the BNPL items right now, wouldn't it still be better? Because if you pay later, you benefit from inflation, assuming interest would be low. This is what people say. People will say, if I can afford it, why not split it into 4, and then I have more money now, no interest? I can hear your argument. Let me give you 2 counter arguments. The first one is that it is proven statistically that people spend more money when they can split it into 4. So you're gonna buy more than you would have. You're gonna splurge. You're gonna spend more on shit that you probably wouldn't have bought. So your bill will be higher than it would have been if it was just paying out of your own wallet. So you're gonna end up with these larger bills. The second thing is, obviously, shit happens. Life gets in the way. Even if you think you have the money for this payment, something might come up, some emergency expense. And then you're stuck with that expense plus the bill. And you end up not paying, and then it snowballs into interest. So unless you have a ton of money and there's no way you'd miss it, in which case, why do you care? You're adding a lot of risk. You're increasing your risk. One mess up and you're fucked for 6+ months of crawling back. Been there. Perfect example. Thank you for saying this. Thank you for giving your example. This is what people experience. People fuck up, something goes wrong, and then you're stuck to many, many months of paying extra on top of already buying more. So it's just, it's worth thinking if it's worth it. If you can't afford it, I mean, it sucks, but it's better to not buy it because, you know, there's a 2,000 year history of debt, man. And it shows over and over again that it comes due. Or this is not financial advice. The other example is pay on time for a few months so you become one of their secret priority customers, and then absolutely blow out spend BNPL on everything. Buy a fuck ton of stuff and then delete the app. And just hope that their company implodes because so many people can't pay back. And then you're good. Okay? Just hope that Affirm and Klarna implode, as they might do over the next few years as everyone can't pay this shit back. If you're a gambler, that's your other plan, okay? But, okay, guys, it's 9:38. I watched a video. I'm going to do a quick playthrough of Absolute Radiance. And then I think I will watch a Smallville. I actually think I will. I know it's crazy. I know it's late. But I think I will. I think I will do that. So that'll be a good day, a good content day. Thanks for watching H-Rock. I'm glad I went live today. I almost skipped. I almost broke H-Rock August and skipped because I was tired from recording the pod and the Patreon. But I got my energy when I went live. I got second wind. Okay. Boo. Dude, I want to play Peak so bad. I want to play Peak. 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 Oh, dude, I opened Age of Empires like a fucking addict. That's not what I need to open Hollow Knight. Hey, hey, hey. Nah. I haven't played AoE since I got 1500 though. I'm taking a break. I'm still talking to Hera. That's still my goat. But I'm on Age of Empires break temporarily. So that I can finish YouTube videos. It's not a coincidence that at 2 days after taking a break from Age of Empires, we uploaded our first main channel video in a month. And we got 2 in a row. The second I quit Age of Empires, main channel video started flowing out. Okay? We're going to get the fucking Hitman contract done. Hera said you're low-key impressive. Bro, people don't give me props. I swear to God. Just because I'm dog shit at games like Peak, nobody gives me props for getting 1,500 from 800 in 2 months. Unheard of. Dude, people in Hera's chat play this game 10 years. 10 years, 4,000 plus games, lower elo. Certain fucking genres, bro. Okay. Okay, let's play. Elo Peak. I'll admit it. I'm very bad at Peak. But I got Mythic in Magic. I got Grandmaster in TFT. Unk games, dude. Give me Unk games. As bad as I am at Peak, I'm worse at shooters, bro. I'm fucking bad at shooters. It's because I didn't grow up playing COD. Like, I just never liked it. Ah! Oh my god. The dodges. Oh. Okay, wait. No! No! Wait, we're low-key cooking? Wait, we're low-key cooking? This is the first attempt and we're beating phase 1? I feel like every day we're getting closer. It's the grind, baby. How bad spawn, though? Oh, shit. Oh! 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 That was huge, Dammy. We can beat this. We can beat this. We can beat this. Wait. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Wait, hold up. Dude, this part is so hard. You have no room to work. You have no room to fucking twerk. You have no room to jerk. That section is so tough. Don't rush. You kind of have to rush because the ground comes up. If you get caught with the shadow, so you have to... Well, I can do it. What I have to do is I have to make more liberal use. And I hate doing anything liberal, you know? Because I hate the word libs. But I have to make more liberal use of the dash. I can do it. Alright, second attempt. I'll probably only do like 3 attempts or whatever. Because I gotta watch Smallville and it's late. Oh, Lord! Oh! fuck off. Oh my god. Nice. Nice, dude. Full stammy. Okay. Okay. Give me a good spawn. Give me a nice good spawn. Oh, be honest with me. Have I gotten a good spawn in fucking forever? So big. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, fuck. All right, last one. Last one, last one, last one, last one, last one, last one. Damn, that was close. Dude, I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones! On my YouTube vlogs, I'm excited to finally make some channel points as a doubter. Doubters make points. Winners, no, believers get respect. You know what I'm saying? Okay? There's a difference. There's something money can't buy. No! No, no, no! Leave me alone. Dude, I haven't missed the phase 1 yet. My phase 1 is actually so crystal. My phase 1's insane. I just need to get a cleaner phase 2. A good spawn for once. Never lucky. It's impossible. 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 Actually an impossible spot. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more fucking time. One more fucking time. One more time. Truly, 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 truly. One more time, then small. Let's fucking go. One time for the one, baby. Wait, can I pause? I need the music for this. Wait, damn, that's on me. I got a good spawn. That was on me. 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 Ah, all right. GG. 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 We're getting better. 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 We're getting there. We're building back better, but it'll have to be tomorrow. Losing equals learning is what I always say. Losing equals learning. Let's see. Check quick stats on. Damn. Holy shit. When did this video upload? Oh, you guys uploaded really late. Okay. That's the worst 10 out of 10 we've ever had on any video in the main channel's history. That is the worst main channel upload I think I've ever seen in my whole life. It's a late upload, but holy God. I mean, not like in years. You're out of the feed. Clips is the new main. No, that's not true because we uploaded a best tweets that did great. I mean, did normal as on all best tweets. This video is horrible.